This moment right here, to people that don't know the backstory, looks like just an overwhelmed Michael Jordan with joy after winning his 4th championship with the Chicago Bulls, but there's a lot more that meets the eye with this photograph. So Game 6, 1996 NBA Finals, the Chicago Bulls beat the Sonics for Michael Jordan's 4th championship. It actually happened on Father's Day, and what gave it extra meaning to Michael Jordan is that it's the first championship that he ever won after his father was murdered. So this snapshot captured contrasting emotions for Michael Jordan, grief and joy at the same time. And of course, Jordan Brand has taken this iconic moment and put it on this latest Jordan 3 ahead of Father's Day. Air Jordan 3, world's best dad. And the shoe is dropping on May 16th for $215. Again, just way too much money, but it is what it is. The prices of shoes only ever go up. So of course Father's Day is in June, but they're giving it to us in the middle of May. Plenty of time to get this shoe shipped to your house in time for Father's Day. So finally, they got the release dates correct. Sometimes there'll be like colorways to celebrate traditions that come out like a week before the actual day that they're celebrating, or even after. Just makes no sense. But this time, they got it right. And first impressions of this colorway, I think it's nice. There's like a certain level of sophistication to this colorway, especially with that brown on the heel as well as the mudguard area where you usually see the grayish elephant print. That just kind of elevates the shoe a little bit, makes it a little bit more mature. I think it's a very simple, easy to wear colorway. I wouldn't say it's like absolutely delicious. And in terms of the box, you will get the Michael Jordan face box. They have been bringing back this face box from the early 2000s, giving us millennials plenty of nostalgia. So it's come with this shoe as well. And the materials on the shoe, on the base layer, it is just white leather. Now on sneakers, they describe it as premium leather. Now up close in hand, one thing that I don't love about this is how thin it is. So you can see the thinness of the leather here. Yeah, just feels a little too thin for my liking. It doesn't have a ton of texture to it, but that doesn't always signify that it is just great leather. You can basically beat the leather in the drum, and the more you do it, the texture comes through. You can make it softer that way. Now on the eye stays as well as the tongue, you get nubuck. Nubuck here doesn't feel too great with the Jumpman logo in the middle there. The ankle collar there is also nubuck. And now right behind the tongue, it is actually custom. So you will see stitched there, not printed. So that's pretty nice. The words "world's best" in gold. And of course, they have changed up the elephant print there to be brown. That is to mimic the carpet of that very iconic photo of Michael Jordan laying down. And right around there on the inside of the shoe, you see this kind of shinier finish inside the ankle collar. Gives it a kind of satin look. Then wrapping right around to the booty of the shoe, you will get Nike Air branding, not Jumpman branding. I don't know exactly what the rule is anymore. So before, it was if it was an OG colorway or special collaborations or a special release, they would chuck Nike Air branding there. Non-OG general releases gets the Jumpman treatment. This year, they've stuck Nike Air on a lot of shoes, but sometimes they'll still come with the Jumpman for whatever reason. I'm just not too sure what the rule is no more. Now on this heel tab here, it is slightly sail, so it's not exactly like pearl white, so you can see the contrast against the leather there. So I don't love that. They kind of went for an age look on the booty tab. Not exactly sure. Maybe that's to kind of capture the aged photo because it was from so long ago. I'm not too sure, but I would have preferred if they kept the white there. And this shoe also does come with these booty tab protectors that you can slide in. Slide in. There you go. Don't forget to take them out before you wear the shoe. Kind of look like a goof if you forget, which I definitely have not done before. And the shoe also comes with this trophy that looks like it can be like stood up, and it says "World's Best," and on the other side, "Thank you for making me believe I can fly." And in terms of the laces, no extra laces for this shoe. It just comes with white laces out of the box Black would have been pretty nice. Red would have definitely make this shoe pop. Even brown, just to give it a different look. You don't get any of these. Just white, take it, and shut up. Now, in terms of the cushioning of the Jordan 3, it comes with a polyurethane midsole with a Nike Air unit on the heel, visible one of course, as well as one on the forefoot. And the midsole here, it is white. So thank God they didn't follow the booty tab and pre-age this midsole. And then on the outsole, you get this kind of semi-translucent red on the outside. That again plays into the iconic photograph there with the concentric circles up top, Nike Air branding the cutout, not Jordan here. And in terms of the insole, it follows OG branding, just like the heel, comes with Nike Air, and the quality of it is just a dream cell insole. Now in terms of sizing and comfort, I am a wide and flat footer. For 3s, generally I go true to size. One of the better fitting Jordan retro shoes for my big fat wide feet. It's actually decently comfortable. It is not the lightest shoe, a very, very old tech, but for a very old shoe, kind of wraps around your feet very nicely. Plenty of padding around the ankles and inside the shoe itself. Very flat to the ground still, but that is to be expected for a basketball shoe from that era. To me personally, for my foot, one of the better Jordan fitting shoes from at least Jordan 1 to 14. And that brings the total sole score of the Jordan 3 World's Best Dad to 30 out of 40. A pretty good score compared to other general releases. And first, it is colorway. Nothing really to complain about, but nothing for me anyway to really get too excited about. It is just a simple looking colorway, majority white Jordan 3 with some brown. That is for the mature folks. For whatever reason, as you age more, you just start to like brown shoes a bit more. But overall, I don't think this colorway gets me too excited, but it is nice. And in terms of the materials, one complaint that I have here is just the thinness of the leather overlays here. You can see it, you can feel it. It just doesn't feel very thick. So that's my complaint. So yeah, the materials for $215, it's a little disappointing in my opinion. And in terms of the comfort, 3s are very good for big fat wide footers. There's no like extra wiggle room. There's no wiggle room in the toe. There is no heel slippage. There are no arches that come up too far for flat footers where it kind of digs into your feet. So that's all pretty good. It is an old shoe, so don't expect a very plush and soft bouncy experience, but an old Jordan casual retro shoe, it definitely does the job. And in terms of the versatility, I think this is a very wearable colorway and shoe. The silhouette itself, of course, very wearable in all types of settings. The colorway itself, I think it's very sophisticated. Majority white, so that's very easy to wear. Some hints are brown, which just kind of elevates the sophistication of the shoe a little bit, in my opinion. So yeah, I think this is a super versatile sneaker. And today's throwback of the day, it is a tie-in to 1996, where this photograph originally was taken. It is actually the first Pokemon game, Pocket Monsters Red and Green, for the Game Boy that dropped in Japan on February 27th in 1996. Now, this game started with very mild sales, with very low expectations, and unexpectedly, it absolutely took off. That's kind of putting it lightly. It absolutely went through the roof. Pokemon is now one of the largest franchises in the world, and it all started back in 96 with this game. I never got it. I was too young to get this game. Never had a Game Boy growing up, but there is plenty of nostalgia for Pokemon. I am still rocking with the original 150. I don't know any of the new ones. A lot of nostalgia. And it all started in 1996 with this game. Now, without getting too personal, it's always kind of a funny day when it comes to Father's Day. I don't really have a relationship with my own father, or it is very, very rocky. So when it comes to Father's Day, I don't really celebrate. It is not a joyful occasion for me. It is just kind of like any other day. But for everyone else, the fathers that are doing the job of a father, as they should be, the single mothers who are doing the job of both mother and father, happy Father's Day in June. This one is for you. So that's it. Thanks for watching. So inclined. Let me know what you think of the Jordan 3 World's Best Dad. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.